Today we are going to talk about box plots. A box plot is a great way to display a large group of numbers to see how the data is spread out. There are 5 key values that you can see when looking at a box plot. You can only know these 5 amounts shown. You never know the total amount of numbers in the list or set of data. So the parts that we need to learn are the minimum, right here, the maximum, which is right here. We have the lower quartile, which is this part right here, the lower quartile. We have the median, which is the line through the box. It's not always in the middle of the box, but it is the line through the middle part of the box. And we have the upper quartile. So those are the 5 parts that we need to know. So the box or rectangle that is created by connecting Q1, which is right here, this stands for quartile 1, to Q2, which is in the middle, the median, and the Q3, which is the top or the upper quartile. They allow you to see the spread of the data. Spread, we learned earlier, means range or variation. So the distance or range from Q1, right here, to Q3 is called the IQR, or the interquartile range. So when we are trying to find the IQR, we would take the top of the box, whatever number that's on this number line right here, and we would subtract the bottom of the box. So that is Q3 minus Q1. So now we're going to look at a few questions. The first question is, why are some parts of the rectangle longer than the other? The reason for that is the data has more variation. The numbers are very different from each other, so they're spread further apart. Now, why are some parts of the rectangle the same size? The data has less variation, meaning the box can be smaller because they're closer together. The numbers are very similar to each other. And the last question, why are some rectangles scooted far to the left or to the right instead of in the middle? So that means the data is skewed. We learned a few days ago that skewed means it's more to the left or to the right. So most of the data points are either really high or low. So here we're going to be able to break down this box and whisker plot. So the first question, what is the median test grade? So that is the Q2, and we learned that's the middle of the box. Now, this line isn't always in the direct middle of the box. Sometimes it could be here and here, but the median is wherever that line is inside the box. So for the median, I would say it's not quite 80, but I would say it's about 81 if we follow it all the way down to the number line. The next one, what does the median tell you about the test grades? Since that word median is here, that means middle. That means half of the test grades are above '81, and half of the test grades are below as well. So again, half of the test grades are above 81 and half of the test grades are below 81. Next question, what's the lowest test grade in the class? So for this, we're not actually looking at the box. The lowest is that minimum that we learned earlier. So we can label this graph to help us out. This is our min. This is our max. This is the Q3, Q2, also the median, and this is Q1. So again, what was the lowest test grade in the class? Well, we follow this down to get 60. And what was the highest test grade in the class? So that's the max. So we follow this down, and it is 100. And the next to last one is, what is the range of the test grades? So the range is talking about the entire test grades, not just the little box. Okay? It's not just the box. The range is the max minus the min. So let's write that over here. Max minus min. So when we do that, we do 100 minus 60, and that gives us 40. And the last one, the IQR. So we learned that the IQR really just means Q3 minus Q1. Again, Q3 is the farthest part of the box. Q1 is the lowest part of the box. And we are just taking the highest part, which is right here, 90. We are subtracting by the lowest part of the box. Let's say that's 72. It's always easier to do subtraction up and down, so I'm going to write it over here to the side. That would be 18. So the IQR is 18. So again, there is a difference. That IQR is just talking about the box. The range of the entire test is the max to the min. So please make sure you know what the question is asking for.